He took $40 and an idea and created the multi-billion-dollar fashion empire FUBU. Now he is imparting his wealth of wisdom on the world, fresh out of the Shark Tank. Please welcome, you are too nice to be a shark, but we love you as a shark also. Daymond John is here.
What's happening?
You are very much the title of this book.
Rise and grind.
You are rising and grinding. Thank you for taking the time. Your work ethic is incredible.
Thank you for having me.
Talk to us a little bit about why you decided to write this book, because we already know you're a bestseller. You're super busy. Why impart this?
Well, after being 48 years old, and I realized after Shark Tank I had 60 companies, a brand new baby girl at home, I reached out to a lot of people that I respect, and I said, give me some more tips on how to be productive, because the thing that we all are challenged with is work-life balance.
Yeah.
So I called up a lot of friends, as well as people I respected who you may not know, Carlos Santana, Catherine Zeta-Jones, a young man named Kyle Maynard who climbed Mount Kilimanjaro with no arms and no legs and no prosthetics. I said, what do you do the first 90 minutes of your day, the last 90 minutes of your day? And all of them had probably about the same 15 things they did. They just all did them in different ways. And I started to utilize a lot of those tricks towards my life.
Yeah.
And it made me more productive.
For example, you said a lot of them are selfish, and you don't mean that in a bad way.
No, they're very selfish. They're like Michael Jordan, right? You know, he didn't go to everybody else's practice. He practiced himself as to be the best he could be, then he can contribute to the rest of them. So a lot of them make sure they take care of themselves first. They wake up in the morning, they answer no emails, because if you answer emails, you answer everybody else's problems for the first hour. They don't look on Instagram, because everybody on Instagram is sexier and hotter and richer than you, and they're all just as screwed up, and you have social media depression. And then they go out to the world and they tackle what they want to do first, and then everything else falls in place.
So you set the tone, and you say when it comes to balancing family, it's not easy, but they actually schedule that in too.
They do. They'll schedule family. They'll schedule time to call their mother and say they love her. They'll schedule time with their daughters, husbands, wives, because what happens is you normally say, I'll get to it later, I'll get to it later. Before you know it, you schedule everybody else, the time to be at the office, conference call, the time to be at a restaurant. When all of a sudden your kids are 24, 25 years old, they're out of the house, they don't care about you anymore. Your husband and wife or left you already, and you realize you worked for everybody else but your family.
It's so well said, and nobody knows this better than you do. You are amazing on Shark Tank. Talk to us a little about what it's like to work alongside our two Canucks, of course. You've got Kevin O'Leary, Robert Herjavec. Do you prefer one over the other? I'm putting you on the spot.
I love both of them, really. They're very kind, but they're very vicious little sharks. Though, you know, Robert's probably the prettiest man I've ever seen in my life, and Kevin's an a-hole, and that's just what it is. But I love them both, and they're hard negotiators, but they're beautiful, beautiful people.
We chose this pick on purpose because we know Kevin likes to strum a guitar, and we know that Robert loves to race. So if you were stuck on a 10-day road trip, who would you rather road trip with? The musician or the race car?
Well, first of all, I don't want to be nauseous. When I drive with Robert just down the street, I get nauseous, right? Because he's a race car driver. So I want Kevin playing his bad music, and we drink a bunch of booze and go around the country and have a good time.
And then, of course, you've had a lot of amazing guest sharks, A-Rod being one of them. You're actually working with A-Rod this weekend at a show at the Expo. What did you how did he do as a shark?
He did absolutely great. You know, a lot of times I can't go on Shark Tank because of my schedule, so they put A-Rod on as my look-alike. And, you know, he did really amazing, but he knew way more than sports. He's big into real estate. He has a lot of different things, and he's a very, very sharp guy and crude. He's a great businurseman. I really respect him.
As are you. And you're such a proud papa, too.
I am.
Oh, my gosh, your daughter.
I have a 2-year-old home. She gave me this fresh coal. You know, when they come home from nursery and they stick their foot in the toilet, then stick it in their mouth, and then they kiss you. I got a coal from her. Yeah, amazing.
And yet, look, he's still rising and grinding. Proof is in the pudding. You are
That's my little 2-year-old Minka. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, she's so adorable. Catch Daymond tomorrow, everybody, at the Real Estate Wealth Expo. That's happening at the Metro Toronto Convention Center. And, of course, pick this up, Rise and Grind. On sale now, breakfasttelevision.ca. No excuses for a link to purchase the book. What do you say? Out hustle, outperform, outlast, outwit, survivor?
That's right.
Okay. I'll work on mine. He's afraid right now. Daymond, thank you so much. I'd shake your hand, but you're sick.
Don't worry
We'll do one of
it.
these. We'll do one of these. Okay, awesome. Mel, over to you.